We're back with the second and final episode of Season 4 of Minecraft Ninja Warrior. First up for the episode is going to be, at least in my opinion, one of the favorites to win it all, Brunted. He's a top tier MCC Island player who excels at movement games, but more than that, he's an incredible PvPer. If you don't know what PvP is, it's basically parkour but without the players or the versing. I hope that helps. Now he's got a tough journey ahead of him with this overhauled course starting with Snake Run. Simple steps should be a cakewalk for him, and into the Kart Chaser. Only managed to take out one competitor last episode, but it requires competitors to navigate their way through an aerial maze. Here's part 2, the minecart clutch. Gotta mash right click for that one. To the double dipper, a quick little swim through these 2 water tracks. He is flying through this obstacle, now Brunted. We're flying off the trampoline and he sticks the jump off the bouncing spider. This was last episode's ninja killer, somehow. And here's the obstacle which actually should have been the ninja killer, tether ball. Gets past the first couple of leaps. Which way is he gonna go? Left side, alright then. Has to cross between these thin ledges onto the hanging ball. He's chilling. Now the warped wall, an iconic obstacle which he'll make light work of. Into the back half with a steady pace, time to be agile through the dipping birds. Oh, that was a bad first jump, but he'll keep persisting. Surviving that, up the logs of a log runner, and no misstep is gonna slow Brunted down. Just needs to traverse across these rotating bars of the fly hooks. He's done this before, he should be fine. And he's got it. The final obstacle in his path is the spider trap. All he needs to do is push through a couple layers of trapdoors and scramble to the top. Up to the final layer, he's been a little bit clumsy, but that should be fine. We're starting this episode strong, as Brunted hits the buzzer, becoming the 5th to clear stage 1. Later this episode, we'll see him in action again in stage 2 of Minecraft Ninja Warrior. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome back to Season 4 of Minecraft Ninja Warrior. Last episode, 32 competitors took on the competition's first stage, but only the best ninjas were able to survive. Though there were many shocking exits last episode, 4 were able to make it through. Community veterans Swerve and Cam, Season 2's best competitor Coma Swirls, and the newcomer who took the fastest time so far, Kabelik. We'll be seeing all of those stars later on stage 2 alongside Brunted, but now, let's get back to the final few competitors taking on stage 1. We've still got a few more competitors running on Bedrock, and making their first appearance in Minecraft Ninja Warrior is Jacari, the host of Minecraft Sasuke, another parkour competition, and he'll be doing the course on an Xbox controller. On the sidelines is Cam and Swerve, eagerly watching his run to see if he can join them on stage 2. As someone who plays Minecraft on a keyboard like a normie, I can't really talk about what running on a controller is like. Maybe it's more difficult, but maybe it's actually easier than using a keyboard. How do you speed bridge though, or is that just not a thing with controllers? I'd also imagine that typing in chat would be a nightmare. He's gonna need to mash right trigger or left trigger, whatever, he gets it. I don't know controller inputs. Jacari is also a super fan of Ninja Warrior in real life. Knows way too much about it apparently. I'm running out of things to say because he is moving like a snail through the course. Can he land the upcoming dismount? He's landed it, took a while. He spent 50 seconds on the first 3 obstacles. I think we all know he's cooked for time. Let's just see how far he can go. Hits the slime, but just smacks his face into the pendulum. Well, he definitely has a concussion now. I hope he recovers in time for next season. There is only one Bedrock player remaining. The final hope for a Bedrock player to clear stage 1 is Bowlingminer. I'm reading this script correctly, I swear. As the player with probably the most experience when it comes to these kinds of competitions, he'll be running as the last Bedrocker. Yes, we are playing Coconut Mall over this run. It's just an eternal banger, and yo just got coconut mold. I mean, I think it's a fitting soundtrack for Bowlingminer. It's a goofy song for someone who's had some very goofy results throughout his time in the community. Made it all the way to stage 4 in season 2 of Craftscape alongside Swerve and I, yet I don't know if he's made it past stage 1 in a competition since. But unlike the past 3 seasons, he's running this time on the version he's more familiar with. That's important because there's a lot of mechanics that greatly differ between versions, like water mechanics. Fun fact, swimming on bedrock just straight up doesn't work, which is why every bedrocker has had to move through this obstacle like a turtle. Now this is the obstacle which took him out last season, the bouncing spider. That was clean, that was a nice landing. He's redeemed himself a bit by not doubling down on failing the 4th obstacle. However, this is the one wreaking havoc this season. Tetherball's taken out 9 so far, let's hope Bowlingminer doesn't raise that to 10. Wait, he's cooking. He's the chef! Bowlingminer's gone the furthest on bedrock. Tough miss on the wall. Oh, he's running out of time. He needs to make it here. Succeeds with a 180 technique, but now he has to hustle. This is not the predicament you want to be in. Can't waste any time now. Avoids tripping off that last dipping bird and he'll move swiftly over the logs. Just under 40 seconds, he needs to move with some urgency. But he's got to stay calm since it's easy to slip off these hooks. We've seen people do it this season. Final jump. He's on. No! Bowlingminer jumps too early. That's a course out. He's disqualified. With the timer counting down and little time left, waiting on the last hook would have been costly. But as soon as he jumped, he knew he missed. The bedrock community has been eliminated on stage 1. We're going back to the Java runners, and up on the starting platform is Luna, the silly. She's indeed a very silly individual. I think many people can agree with that. Over to the left on the sidelines is Brunted, a friend of hers already on stage 2. He's not even watching Luna's run, I don't know what he's doing. This marks Luna's 3rd appearance in the competition, and she's yet to fail stage 1, being one of only 3 competitors to have competed at least twice and not failed the first stage. The others being, funnily enough, Brunted and Coma Swells. There's a good chance I just jinxed her, oh no. Actually, I should have more faith in Luna. She's cracked at the game, she's even pretty damn good at PvP. Part of the IBL, in the A-team for the Femme Fatales. I explained what the IBL was last episode, but TLDR, it's a sweaty Bowbox league on the MCC Island server. Oh, she's gone for the skip, and nails it! Seems that Fire Touch wasn't the only one to find the tetherball skip, and that would give her the fastest pace to this point. Late jump, because she has high ping, but she's up in 1, in real contention to steal Kabelik's fastest time, and going so smooth through the dipping birds. Yeah, she's going for it. All coming down to how efficient she can be throughout the fly hooks. That was a crappy cycle on the second hook. How is Brunted in the commentator box? I'll get him out of there later because we've got a race in our hands, folks. 10 seconds off Kabelik's time, the spider trap is going to be the separator. But some minor mistakes here and there, getting a bit stuck under the trapdoors, costing milliseconds. And Luna is not going to get the fastest time. That's a little bit unfortunate, but she'll still clear with an astonishing 27 seconds left. Second fastest time so far this season, as well as pulling off the tetherball skip. Let's see if she's got any more tricks up her lack of sleeves over on stage 2. Before we get to the final runner, let's take a look at a couple more competitors who took on the course. MCC Island legend Oriyukas was cheered on by an enthusiastic It's Clutch 9 on the side, but on the double dipper, he had a mishap where he didn't get the Dolphin's Grace effect, similar to Froggy from last episode. This forced him to go back for a second take, but unlike Froggy, he got dropped at the dismount. Toilet Repairman Lavabergs was back for a sophomore season, hoping to make it far into the course. Though he had no problem beating the first 2 obstacles, his hopes of a deep run were flushed on the double dipper. Damn, he nearly made it too. Prythium's been one of the strongest competitors in the past, managing to clear stage 1 twice since she debuted back in season 2. In the past, she put up some of the fastest times, and this time looked to be no different with 70 seconds for the back half. But it all came crashing down on the dipping birds. 39 competitors have attempted stage 1 and only 6 have hit the buzzer. The final runner is going to be the man that went the furthest last season, Samuel Peters. As a rookie, he managed to make it all the way to the dungeon on stage 3 and had some of the best performances on stages 1 and 2. This season, his goal is to climb Mount Shockbite and win it all. Out of the 5 competitors to have reached stage 3 last season, he completed the ultimate cliffhanger which took out everyone who attempted it except him. It was just a few jumps away from actually beating stage 3. This season, every stage is tougher, so getting to stage 4, let alone stage 3 this time, will be way harder. Shouldn't have problems controlling the flow here on the Double Dipper. He got through tougher water obstacles last season. As the current last man standing, there's a lot of expectations on Sam's shoulders to do well. Can't be getting overwhelmed, there might be butterflies flying in his stomach, but it's important to get those butterflies flying in formation so you can concentrate on what's ahead. He's past the first few leaps, going to be traversing around the right side of Tetherball. Big leap across. Bingo! Great pace so far, but I'm not quite sure if he's going to be able to grab the fastest time. Basically needs a perfect run from here on out. No problem with the dipping birds right up the log runner. The logs aren't even facing the right way. He doesn't care. The fly hooks is an obstacle which he should be fine on. 31 seconds is the time to beat. There's a chance it's possible if Sam's absolutely perfect. Maintaining a good rhythm to get through quickly. Oh, he fumbles there. It's fine. He fumbles again. Okay, never mind. He's not getting the fastest time. GG Kabelic. But he'll still probably manage to get a top 3 time, which actually doesn't mean anything going into the next stage. It just sounds more impressive than doing it slower. So the final runner, Samuel Peters, is heading back to stage 2. What a lad. Shut up, Sam. Just be happy you cleared. And that means that 7 competitors will be taking on stage 2. Kabelic manages to maintain the fastest time from last episode, giving him the stage 1 speed record going into next season. Making up the top 3 will be Luna and Sam, followed by the only person to beat stage 1 4 times, Coma Swirls. Brunted has the 5th fastest time, and after him are community veterans Cam and Swerve. Let's head over to stage 2. Night has fallen. Just like stage 1, this stage has been massively changed with 4 new obstacles and modifications to returning ones. Giving us our first look at what this new course has to offer will be Swerve. This is his 2nd time on stage 2. Funnily enough, everyone except Kabelic made it here last season, but whilst Brunted and Sam beat it, everyone else is aiming for redemption. The striding steps have been replaced with the new walk the plank. Once Swerve is halfway up the board, it's gonna start to drop. Now we have to leap off before it's too late. Solid grab there onto the modified salmon ladder, the sashimi ladder. Cause it's cut in half like sashimi. I'll stop now. The last few rungs require a bit more precision to get up to, and Swerve will dive straight into aerial alleyway. That first gate isn't meant to be opened, whoops. Anyway, it's a combination of a couple obstacles from the previous seasons thrown together to provide something more deadly. The final transfer is something Swerve's been practicing, and he's got it. Practice makes perfect. Here's the first returning obstacle, the broken tank. Gotta keep steady on the rolling barrel. And he's looking comfortable so far on this course. Now for the upgraded falling shells, which need to be popped out now. This obstacle's a little bit trickier. Oh no! Not getting enough distance to land on the 2nd shelf. That will end Swerve's season. At least this time, he put up his best result. Now up to take on stage 2 is the guy who kicked off this finale, Brunted. Last season, he was one of 3 rookies to advance to stage 3, though he couldn't complete the ultimate cliffhanger. Right now, the aim is to get past this modified stage first. Luna will be supporting him in the stands. She'll be running soon too. As well as being a top MCC Island player, he's part of the IBL, an integral part of the Donut Kingdom. Yes, that's an actual team name. As of this video, he has the most kills in the league, which is pretty bonkers, but I feel like in this competition, he's already proven he's more than a PvP one trick. Whacks his head on one of the last rungs of the ladder, he'll shrug it off, he'll keep moving. First gate of the alleyway doesn't need to be opened mid-air. And Brunted will have to make this honey slide onto the beehive, then jump off, grab the wingnut platform, and then open that gate mid-air. It's a very simple obstacle, I know, but he'll still complete it. 70 seconds left, it's time for a bit of balance. Great control, staying in the center of the barrel. Oh, but he misses the rope! Brunted going out on an obstacle which he completed last season. While his balance was spot on, he tried to transition just too early and came up short. An early exit for potentially one of the favorites. Third competitor for this stage is the one and only Good Morning Cam, making his third appearance on stage 2. As well as being my PR manager, he's the host of an upcoming Ninja Warrior competition called Remote Conquest. His editing demo was 2 months ago and there's been no update since, never mind, it's cancelled. Fellow competition hosts Jacari and Corey Sneeko are also here to cheer him on. First time he was on stage 2 was back in season 1 where he failed the 5th obstacle with the kart surfer. After an early fail in season 2, he made his return in season 3 and fell on the 6th obstacle, the wingnut alley. 0 for 2 on this stage, but third time's the charm, this could be his chance. No problem scaling the sashimi ladder, but part of this next obstacle contains some wingnuts which were how he fell last season. If he manages to scrape through, I guess you can say he's got revenge on the obstacle. Now he's approaching the mid-air transfer, line it up, jump, open, got it. Only had to open one door there, Cam ain't doing too bad. And he's locked in, trying to stay on this barrel, focusing so hard, which honestly is quite unlike him. He's up to the obstacle which took out his power swerve, first shelf down, second shelf, he misses! Not able to lock that second frame into place, Cam fails stage 2 for a third time. Getting to stage 3, we'll have to wait another season. Our next ninja is another competitor taking a third shot on stage 2, Luna. Whoa, you're a little close to the camera there, chill. Not only did she put up the second fastest time on the first stage, but she also pulled off a neat skip on tetherball which only she and Firetouch were able to do. That maneuver was pretty cool. Over to the right on the sidelines is Brunted. He somehow managed to climb his way on top of the stands using a glitch. Nice job walking down the plank, even though this marks a third appearance on the second stage for Luna. Both times she failed the wingnut alley in a heartbreaking fashion, specifically the final transfer. Luckily the wingnut alley isn't the 6th obstacle anymore, but there's a couple of those platforms here on the aerial alleyway. I'm not even sure if we'll be able to see the 6th obstacle with the sheer difficulty of the course before it. Mid-air transition, she's done this twice. Got it! Onto the broken tank, Brunted in the audience is hopefully telling her to not make the same mistake he made. But she's got a solid technique and easily hangs onto the rope. Third to take on the falling shelves. This obstacle didn't take out anyone last season, but now that it's been buffed, it's been doing some major damage. Okay, she's on the 3rd shelf. The final leap, it's gonna be a blind catch. Luna's got it. Right into the brand new leaps of faith. There's a couple of buttons attached to these ledges which will extend the length of the vine on the last ledge. At least 2 of the buttons must be pressed, but only going for 2 is risky since the reverse grab is tough. Oh, she's gonna go for it though. Grabs on, she's got it, let's go! Final stretch, only the wall flip stands in front of her and she has more than 20 seconds left. Unless Luna actively tries to throw, she should be good here. One more wall, small slip, it's fine. Oh no, she's panicking. Stop panicking. Lock in. To the buzzer. And Luna becomes the first to beat stage 2 in the new era of Minecraft Ninja Warrior. If she tries to hit all 3 buttons on Leaps of Faith, I definitely think she runs out of time, so going for the harder grab was so clutch. Congratulations to Luna, 3rd time's the charm. We'll be seeing her on stage 3. That's going to be a tough act to follow, but up next is the only rookie to have made it to stage 2 this season, Kabelik. Although this is his first season, he claimed the fastest time on stage 1 at a record-shattering 31 seconds remaining. Luna's now joining Brunted in the crowd, hoping he can join her over on stage 3. Well, it certainly isn't a surprise that Kabelic likes to go fast. He was just so dominant on that first stage. Instead of just speed, stage 2— No! A misstep on one of the honey blocks on the plank sends him tumbling into the water. A brilliant rookie season just comes to an abrupt end. The penultimate competitor this time is going to be one of the best and most consistent competitors around, Coma Swirls. Back in episode 1, he put up a clean run and finished with the 4th fastest time. Having never failed stage 1 across 4 seasons is remarkable, though he hasn't quite had the same success on stage 2. While the only time Coma was able to conquer stage 2 was back in the competition's 2nd season, where he was actually the sole survivor of the course. Looked to be a lock for reaching 3rd stage last time, but had a shocking fail so close to the end. Shouldn't be having any trouble climbing the sashimi ladder. Right now, the only people with a chance of getting to stage 3 twice are him and our next runner. Right into the first gate, he's never had a problem with anything involving those gatecrasher houses throughout 4 seasons. Now the leap from the wingnut to the cherry house. No! What? Coma's out! Going from the platform, he didn't get enough momentum and dropped straight down like a rock. For the 2nd season in a row, his season ends on something involving the wingnuts. Unfortunate. So after 6 competitors, only Luna has made it to stage 3, but we still have 1 more left to run. Someone that's looking to join Luna, though he's already beat the stage once before. Sanity 710, also known as Samuel Peters. Honestly, I think I've said enough about him. You know he's cracked, I know he's cracked. Let's get into his run. First things first, don't fail the first obstacle. Don't fail walk the plank, otherwise the hyping up would be for nothing. Good stuff, this stage has showed no mercy this season. Heck, the first 2 stages have showed no mercy, just 7 competitors out of 40 could make it here on stage 2. A massive contrast from last season's 13. Really shows that this complete course redesign has frazzled a lot of players and they will need to adapt in the future since the course is going to be similar for a while. Coma fell on this transition a minute ago, but Sam does not falter on the aerial alleyway. Now it's time to test his balance with the broken tank. Looking stable, no, he's falling behind, yet he'll barely get a grip to the rope. That could have been disastrous. While he may have beat the original falling shelves, this modified version has taken names. Just maybe, he's found his tempo. Can he make the blind catch? And he makes the blind catch. Some decent time left for the leaps of faith. Will he play it safe and hit all 3 buttons or go for broke and hit 2? Floats and hangs onto the blue ledge. Oh, he sends it. And he latches on with ease. I think he made up his mind before the run started. He was always going to go for the harder vine grab. He's going to be able to clear with ample time remaining. If he doesn't slip, he might even hit sub 20. With that, Samp joins Luna on stage 3. 22 seconds left, didn't need to break a sweat. He changes the world, and he will also be the first person to reach stage 3 twice. What a performance by the Garfield guy. We've whittled down the competition to the top 2, Luna and Sam. Although this unbeaten stage hasn't been changed as much as the others, there's still many adjustments which will keep even the strongest ninjas on their toes. Leading us off on stage 3 will be Luna, having her best season to date, finally completing stage 2 on a 3rd try. As someone who's made a lot of progress on the minor parkour server, home to some of the hardest maps around, the highly technical and precise obstacles of this stage should be right in her ballpark. While this long and arduous journey starts again with the floating boards, requiring Luna to cling around the edges. They weren't rising last time, and that third and final board has even shorter vines now. That's going to make it harder to wrap around. Ooh, only just keeps her grip. Into the new key lock hang, replacing the hang climb. Functionally, it's very similar though, except this massive hanging panel is an aerial maze. Forgetting the route for it will lead to disaster, and you're gonna need to remember the route because a single wrong turn will send you down. Every button that Luna presses will reapply the levitation effect, and it seems like that route is engraved in her brain. She is dialed in. Now onto Slam Dunk, 2 transitions based purely on reaction speed. That's 1 dunk, now for the second. Luna, what are you doing? Get out of there! No! She's not quick enough to make the dismount, and Luna is gonna get benched on the third obstacle. But as one of 2 competitors to get this far, she should keep her head held high. 39 competitors have fallen into the waters of Mount Shockbite. Now, only 1 remains. The last hope for total victory, the last hope for beating stage 3. He was the last man standing of season 3, Samuel Peters. He's done some of the hardest parkour maps and challenges ever created, and came 2 obstacles away from a completion last time. It's time for round 2 against Minecraft Ninja Warrior's toughest course. There's only 2 obstacles on this stage which Sam has never attempted, but with a lot of changes to obstacles he beat last time, this will be his greatest challenge yet. He is gliding around the floating boards though Vinetech is on point. That time next to Sam signals how long it took Luna to complete the key lock hang. If Sam gets through at a faster pace, then he's automatically the last man standing of the season. However, he's definitely taking a more methodical approach here, resetting his levitation far away from the button so he has a bit of extra time. This method looks like it's working, but if he sticks with it, Luna might beat him to the third obstacle. Here's the hard part, the final stretch. There's a lot of twists and turns here. But by playing it safe, Luna's at a faster pace, so Sam must beat Slam Dunk to reclaim his title. Let's see if he's a balling cat. Got the first dunk, got the second. And the dismount into the ultimate cliffhanger. Sam is the back-to-back last man standing. Ever since he joined the competition, he's been dominating. Last season was the sole survivor of the Cliffy. This 4th transition right here took out everyone but him. Does it once again, and back across. He'll be the first to attempt the brand new Double Dragon, a song of fire and ice. He's already skipped a magma block, now he must build up momentum to make some far leaps. Got it, and as a 4+1, even on the hardest courses, Sam's willing to make some big moves. Up next is the modified cane lane with more transfers and every hold being as thin as possible. This one's much tougher than it was last season. The number of transfers between canes has probably doubled. I have zero idea how he's keeping his composure. He's probably done some similar jumps on other servers and maps, but getting past everything in this course in a row without mistakes is a punishing task. These last couple of transitions are the most precise. One more. Oh my. He's back at the dungeon. He couldn't escape it last time, but if there's anyone who can complete it, it's Sam. This obstacle has received some changes though. First, he must climb this pegboard. And that board's gonna rotate. Now he needs to swing across the nunchucks. But the final wall, it's the exact same. It's too easy for him. He's back! He's got it! Sam's beat the dungeon! First to attempt slime hooks. He's just gone for it. Full send. Go! Now the double flick. 1, 2. Sam P710 has conquered stage 3. Holy shit! After 4 seasons, it's over. What an incredible run. He managed to get past Slam Dunk, secured himself the last man standing title, became the first to beat the cliffhanger twice, absolutely sent it on the new Double Dragon. Those ice jumps are not easy. And of course, escaping the dungeon. Samuel Peters is going to be the first person ever to attempt stage 4. Here we are. After 4 seasons, someone is finally going to climb this behemoth of a tower. And Sam P would be the one taking on the challenge. He came into the competition last season and became the last man standing as a rookie, and this season, he's done it again. 5 buzzers across 2 seasons, more than any other competitor. Sam is Minecraft Ninja Warrior's first All-Star. Now up against Mount Shockbite, he has 45 seconds to reach the summit. Let's do this. Starting off with the speed climbing, this is just a giant wall of ladders. No tricks, no nothing, it's pure parkour. He's ascending quickly, does a technique to skip the head hitter. He's almost at the top. 2 obstacles left, onto the iron summit. Gotta cross around these narrow ledges, some of them can be opened up. It'll make it easier to climb, but it will slow Sam down, but he's moving through efficiently, past the halfway point, doing good, doing a strat called bursting to avoid hitting his head. 1 obstacle left, the final rope. This can be tough to climb, the pressure's on. No! He just slips? No! Sam, he was so close to total victory. If he doesn't fall there, I think he makes it. I think he has enough time. His pace was phenomenal on both the speed climbing and Iron Summit. It was just one misstep that ended it all. We'll have to wait at least another season for a champion. Sam, you have had the best season of any competitor in Minecraft Ninja Warrior. Getting to stage 4 and coming so close to a win is amazing. Is there anything you want to say to the viewers? Oh, alright then. Well, that is going to conclude Season 4. I hope all of you watching really enjoyed it, and Season 5 will actually start in a couple of weeks, so if you want to participate in the next season, then be sure to join the Discord server and sign up. That dude is still climbing, he's pretty high up now. I really think the course for next season is the best one yet, and it's really fun. If you want more info about it, then check out the video linked in the description. See y'all next time on Minecraft Ninja Warrior.